Well, you've probably heard the good news about Kevin Rudd's stimulus payments. The High Court has ruled the federal government can pay the promised bonuses after a legal challenge by an academic. So if you earn under $100,000 and get your 2007-08 tax return in on time, you're in line to get up to $900. The point of giving us free money is so that we go out and splurge, and that will kickstart the economy again. There was a similar handout in December last year, but this time it's going to be even bigger, with more people eligible to receive a K-Rudd cheque.
Look, I think electrical goods will fare very well. Traditionally, that's been the case when people have disposable income. I think clothing and footwear and fashion is also going to do well, and I would hope and think that the restaurant and cafe sector is probably going to breathe a sigh of relief after this stimulus package starts to work its way around also.
So, what are you going to spend yours on? Well, with $900, there are plenty of options, and even better if you can combine your bonus with someone else.
You can definitely get things like a large 50-inch TV, or you can pick yourselves up a very decent stainless steel fridge.
But the sticking point is that tax return. Have you missed out if you haven't lodged it yet? Well, to answer that question is Peter Saar from the National Institute of Accountants. Thanks for joining me, Peter.
Thanks for having me.
Now, is it too late?
No, it's not too late, Heather. You've got till June 30 of this financial year to lodge your 2008 tax return.
All right, so a couple of months. Now, what sort of turnaround time is it if you do your own tax return?
Sure. If you're lodging the tax return yourself, it could take up to 6 weeks. If you lodge your tax return through a tax agent or an account, it can take up to 2 weeks.
All right, that's better, isn't it? Now, what's some of the reasons why people just don't lodge their returns?
I just think the difficulty of putting the information together and getting it to their accounts or doing it themselves, so they tend to put it off.
Exactly. Now, that's the problem, though. We have to be organised all year. Now, the old shoebox filled with, receipts. Now, I know you guys don't like seeing this, do you?
No, actually, Heather, that's the accountant's worst nightmare. But it's certainly a starting point for someone who wants to get their tax return.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what sort of things do we need to collect during the year so that we're organised?
Yeah, look, I think that the best way to go about this is to keep a record of the income and expenses that's involved in the financial year in deriving their income. So if you continue to keep that list throughout the course of the year, it makes it a lot easier.
That's right. Now, if we don't lodge one, do we get fined?
Most definitely. If you don't furnish a tax return in any given financial year, there are penalties involved.
All right. And what's the cut-off after June 30?
Certainly. If you're lodging the tax return yourself, you've got till the 31st of October to lodge the return. If you're lodging through a tax agent or an account, it can take up to, you've got until about May of the following year.
All right. Thank you, Peter. Always good to put a tax return in, especially this year, so that you can get your bonuses.